For me, jokes, things just kind of come out. When I'm having a conversation with someone, I'll say something, which will be the joke. Oh, that was funny as well. As a result, I probably said that while I was talking to someone afterwards. After that, I figured that would work. I then contacted Arsenio regarding that. Hey, is this funny? He asked. That's funny, I said, and he agreed. I was okay too. I will say that it is very easy. There are three aspects. Pay your taxes, take care of business, and avoid mentioning Will Smith's wife are all you need to do. I won't try to explain everything right now. However, I am able to inform each of you that there is no part of me that believes that was the appropriate course of action to take at the time. It goes without saying that Eddie Murphy is a rather amusing individual, right? With his adaptation of one of Will Smith's lowest moments in television history, the comedian may have gone too far. Let's just say that the latter is not particularly amused by the circumstance. However, what he said about it will leave you speechless. My relationship with Tony Rock was probably irreparable. It's not often that something like the Oscars with Will Smith and Chris Rock takes place. But Eddie Murphy seems to have found the whole thing so fascinating that he recreated it himself. However, it appears that his comedic talent has caused Smith problems. He has a problem with it, as the Iron Legend star seems to have revealed. However, the fact that, in contrast to the majority of feuds that take place in the entertainment industry, this one involves two veterans ensures that it will go overboard. And it did, is what makes this story particularly intriguing. However, Murphy's recent action may have slightly crossed the line, suggesting that he was actually asking Will for this. And I'll demonstrate how. He probably wouldn't even call about it, in my opinion. Thus, it was a humorous and effective joke. Details that are currently in the news say that Murphy, who received the Cecil B. DeMille Award on Tuesday at the 80th Annual Golden Globe ceremony, surprised the audience by making a joke about the Academy Awards from last year and the time when Smith hit Chris Rock on stage for making a comment about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. As the actor finished his speech, Murphy gave a formula for success that he has used throughout his career, stating that it is very straightforward. Pay your taxes, take care of business, and avoid mentioning Will Smith's wife are all you need to do. Naturally, given that his adaptation was based on something that was already regarded as a global joke and had even been turned into memes, almost everyone in the hall started to laugh. But it seems like Will Smith, who is the joke's literal punchline, was the only one who didn't find it funny. This is why the entire social media community went into a frenzy following the incident, with the majority of people asking questions about everything from why Murphy turned that into a joke to how Smith would react. Murphy, on the other hand, really didn't mind talking about it. This is even more intriguing because he gave his speech immediately following the conclusion of the award show, and what he said will blow your mind. Pay your taxes, take care of your business, take lessons, and keep your keyboard Smith White name out of your mouth. Do you anticipate hearing from Will? No, but Will is my hero. Will. I also adore Chris. Murphy responded, no, I haven't spoken to Smith or Rock since the incident, but I love both of them, when reporters asked him backstage if he had. Afterward, Murphy addressed the media, stating, yes, because in fact, I have worked with Jada. Will was someone I adored. Will and Chris are both dear to me, and it's all love. Murphy replied no when the extra asked him if he expected to hear from Smith after the joke and reiterated his love for both Rock and Smith. Murphy surprised everyone by telling the reporters that he did not regret making the joke, and that if he had been hosting the Oscars in March, he would have also made fun of the now famous incident. I would have performed the joke that succeeded, in his words. Additionally, he stated that you must address the issue before proceeding. There has been a lot of discussion prior to the Oscars, such as whether Jimmy Kimmel will address the issue. Should he talk about it? Would you address it if you were in charge of the Oscars? If I were hosting the Oscars, I would have included that joke right away in some way. I believe you must address the issue. Given that Will Smith literally ate a rock for the very same thing, which is making a joke, you have to admit that's a pretty bold thing to say. However, the reports missed a lot of the story. When Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith on Sunday night, the Academy Awards came to a sudden and shocking halt. Will Smith then went to the stage and kicked Chris Rock in the face. The incident began when Rock showed up to give the award for Best Documentary and started riffing about the celebrities who were there. "I adore you, Jada. G.I. Jane also." Rock said, "Can't wait to see it," appearing to be referring to Pinkett Smith's bald head. She has discussed her diagnosis of alopecia several times in public. Richard O. Oh, wow. Smith was seen laughing as the camera cut to the celebrity couple. Pinkett Smith looked unhappy and rolled her eyes. Rock then made a "who me" hand gesture while a few people in the audience screamed. Rock grinned and said, "That was a nice one," before looking like he was ready to go on. However, when Smith got up from his seat and made his way to the stage, the story changed. Rock said, laughing. As Smith continued to walk, he started laughing. Smith then hit him in the face. The audience abruptly stopped laughing, perhaps thinking that this was all a bit much. The broadcast was cut off by ABC, and there was silence for about 20 seconds. But as Smith, who played the biopic king Richard Williams and the father of tennis prodigies Venus and Serena, appeared on stage 40 minutes later to accept his award for Best Actor, things got even more crazy. Smith wept throughout his speech, in which he did not make any direct mention of Rock. Instead, he apologized to the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences and his fellow nominees for the disruption, and claimed to be acting like a crazy father, similar to what they had said about Richard Williams. Smith may have been attempting to cheer up the audience, which was still in shock. However, love will drive you crazy. Richard Williams stood up for his family with ferocity. The incident went on to dominate online discourse and astonished viewers both at home and in Los Angeles Dolby Theater. Reactions to Smith's extreme defense of his wife at the conclusion of the ceremony were divided between those who applauded it, those who criticized it, and those who did not know how to respond at all. The Academy issued a statement following the show stating that it does not support any kind of violence. We're thrilled to honor the winners of the 94th Academy Awards tonight, who deserved this moment of recognition from their peers and movie fans worldwide. And despite the fact that Eddie Murphy did not initially react to the snack when it happened, it appears that he has just expressed his thoughts about it with his most recent joke. And let's just speculate that he might be supporting Rock throughout the entire situation. At least that's what he said when he talked about his joke about Will Smith after the event, specifically about whether he got a reaction from Will or from Chris Rock, who got slapped. No, and haven't heard from anyone.